Okay, we are live. Good evening, ladies. This is another episode of Pumpamentals. Me and Confu Jen again are going to go through all the interesting things that are going on in the markets right now. So, yeah, I think. Hi, Confu Jen. How's it going? Sorry, I forgot to introduce you there.
No worries, man. Yeah, well, good. How about yourself?
Yeah, good. I got a $4 airdrop today, so I am
Winning.
living life. Yeah, maybe we can start there. Yeah, we discussed this a minute ago, but did you saw the Zora airdrop, the whole fiasco there? Did you?
Yeah, I mean, I got the same as you. I got like $2 of the airdrop, and I've been using that thing like since last year when it was like an artist platform as well. So
Yeah, I
pretty
used it a
gutted.
tiny bit, and yeah, basically it was just kind of like it just kind of shows like these kind of VC scam, well, not scams, like they were real projects, but people have just given up on, like, there's no exit liquidity for these kind of coins. Like, you know, there's coins that with good fundamentals, but like, does Zora need a token? Obviously not. And everyone was happy to like play that game of hot potato before. Like, obviously Zora doesn't need a token, but people would still buy the token anyway because they like the project, but it doesn't need a token. But I think that kind of era is coming to an end, and people are being a lot more selective with the tokens and investments that they're making into like VC alts.
Yeah, I totally agree. I just think there's really bad sentiment, and like you said, right, we got really low airdrops. It was like there was no point in giving us a $2 or $4 airdrop, right? So
Yeah, and it's also like if you're airdrop farming at the moment, you just have to be extremely selective, because a lot of recent airdrops have just been abysmal. So yeah, kind of for me, I'm still farming a bit of Hyperliquid. I think that could be a good airdrop. The reason being is because it's already a top 20 token. I think it's in the top 20. Maybe I can't remember exactly where it is, but it's worth like, billions and billions. So even if they just give a small, another 10% of the supply out, still could be a nice airdrop.
yeah, I agree. And funny you say that. The first thing I did when I saw Zora launch was I ran to Hyperliquid, and I was like, yes, they've already added Zora, and I immediately shorted it, and I made more than probably most of the farmers. So that
Yeah.
was for fun.
Yeah. And then Coinbase listed it. Did you see that?
I did, yeah.
They
So
lost.
I only like shorted it for like an hour yesterday.
Yeah.
Made like a little bit of money, closed it, and yeah, I don't know what it's at right now, but I'm not surprised Coinbase listed it.
Yeah.
They love to list scams. No,
Yeah.
okay, it's not a scam, but it's like an insider token, and they always kind of do that with Base, right?
I think they invested in Zora, and I think they invested in at like, I don't know, let's say a 200 mil or like a 600 mil valuation, and then it's launched now at a 200 mil FTV. So they're down bad and try to save their own ass by listing it, and it still didn't really do anything.
Yeah, I feel like Coinbase listings just really don't have much impact, like compared to like Binance. At least like that's what from what I've seen from like when they listed Whiff and Popcat, they didn't really like pump after the listings. So
Yeah, well, Binance listings now is kind of a death sentence for a lot of coins as well.
that is true. Yeah, you kind of just should short it as soon as it's
Yeah,
listed on both exchanges.
yeah. The minute it gets listed, it's just there's no more exit liquidity. That's the time to sell it.
100%.
Um, oh yeah, we were talking about. Did either of us research into dark, because this is still doing well?
I did research a bit. So I bought some actually, not much,
Yeah,
but it seems like the only decent new AI token.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean it's by the Margin 5 founder, right? One of the Margin 5 founders.
yeah, exactly.
And it's some sort of like swarm protocol, but apparently the code like is actually like legit in terms of the code that's being built
Oh,
and everything that's being done. So I
oh,
think
sorry,
that's why it's doing pretty well.
I'm sharing the wrong tab there. Sorry. Uh, yeah, and I feel like at the moment we kind of have a bit more time to get into coins. Like, you had this massive drop. Like, I'd say if this launched in December last year, this would have been like 100 million like within a couple of days. You just wouldn't. Well, me personally, I wouldn't have caught it. Maybe you would. You're pretty locked in on the trenches. Like, you're quick at spotting things, but I would definitely have missed this. But we managed. Well, I managed to get in like back really low, and you still had plenty of time to see it on the timeline and invest in it. So there kind of is an advantage of a bear market, is that you have plenty of time to allocate into good
Yeah.
projects. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like even like not AI, like I I bought a token called Ice Bucket Challenge because
Oh, I saw that
I
actually.
yeah, like so it was at 200 or 300K, right, when I saw it. And the only reason I bought it was I saw it viral on TikTok. And I was like, wow, these Zoomers are like running back this Ice Bucket Challenge from like 20 years or 10 years ago,
Yeah.
whenever it was. It was. And yeah, it's taken like weeks and it's finally ran to like 2 million,
Yeah, I
but
saw
it's
this a
taken
while ago.
weeks.
I,
Yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah.
I didn't even think this would pop off, but it is.
Yeah,
It
I
must be
scanned
going.
it in a few places and everyone was like, yeah, we just thought it's never gonna run. So I think I was like
Yeah.
the only person who bought like some of this, but
It must still be going viral on TikTok then.
I believe so. Yeah, I think it's all the colleges or universities in the US are doing this challenge for like some sort of charity, and yeah, it's just and they're nominating people. So yeah, it's just going off again.
Like, the real alpha is to be locked in on TikTok and see what's going viral.
Yeah,
Wait,
exactly. Yeah,
waste all
that's
your
the only
time.
reason I rejoined. I like started going on TikTok actually to see what sort of memes I could find.
Yeah. Another meme, we discussed this last week as well, is House. I still like this one a lot, to be honest. I bought some more today. Do you know Kook?
Yes.
He has started to show this as well. And I don't know. He often has a lot of power, so I think he bottom ticked it from his show. I think it was literally that candle that pumped it. But yeah, I see a lot of the heavy hitters on CT starting to shill this, and I think this is another one of the coins that obviously it's a meme coin. Meme coins are extremely risky in a bear market, but if we're not in a bear market and things come back, I do think new meme coins are a better risk to reward potentially than old meme coins. Like, this is only 12 million, rather than investing in something that's 200 million and it already did its run. Um,
Agreed. Yeah, I like the narrative. Like, no one can afford houses, but you can afford house coin, right? So it's kind of funny. So yeah, I like. I don't currently hold this one, but I think it's a good one. Yeah, especially like you said, because Kook and uh some other good people I follow are like shilling it. So
yeah, and it has like a lot of sideways. If you wanted to build a position, you don't have to be in a massive, massive rush.
yeah, exactly. Like it could retrace again to like 8 or something, and you can buy it then. I don't
Yeah,
know. Like
exactly.
so.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think right now, if we have a look at Bitcoin, it just smashed into resistance. Uh, I'm just loading up trading view here. 1 second.
Cool.
Um, yeah, like, I think this is a kind of a nice spot. Uh, Here's my old Bitcoin squiggles. So we're a bit late to the pump, or sorry, we're a bit early on this pump. But what I was gonna say, maybe I'll do one without squiggles on it. Yeah. So
While
this
you're
was
doing
obviously
that.
massive resistance, huh?
Oh, nice,
Oh
nice.
yeah.
No, no, sorry, go ahead. I slowed it now. So, yeah.
Oh sure. Yeah, I was just gonna say that Bitcoin's obviously hit into some massive resistance here. All the old memes had a massive, massive green dildos in the last few days. So for me, I'm kind of taking this opportunity to kind of cut the ones that I don't think have potential to hit all-time highs again, or that I'm not super bullish on, that I was bag holding, and potentially either rotate it into newer memes or just hold the cash in case we get a lower. I think most likely scenario is kind of a pullback here, and hopefully, I think as long as we remain above this high, or sorry, we remain above this low, we're still technically in a new uptrend because we made the first higher high. This was like the previous high, and we made now a new high after this low. So technically an uptrend as long as we're above here. But yeah, I do think we'll probably get a pullback. But if we don't get a pullback and we just rip to all-time highs, that would be amazing. But I think that's a little bit less likely. So I kind of hedged a little bit, took out some small shorts, and was kind of the strategy I'm doing here at like 94. I don't think it's going to be easy to break that with everything that's going on.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm also with you. I opened a short on Farcoin because that seems to be a leading indicator of what's going to happen. I mean, it's currently up from my short, but we'll see. I'm hoping it goes down a bit. I hold a spot position in Farcoin, but
Yeah.
as a hedge, I just shorted it.
Yeah, but this was a strong coin. It's a risky one to short,
So
but
yeah, Din Wheeler is like the biggest KOL at the moment. So
yeah. Yeah, he's going so viral with his ass pictures.
he's funny.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think Farcoin, like comparisons to the old memes, like Farcoin's kind of one of the newer ones, and I think it's as we discussed in the last week, where this is kind of like the main meme coin. If there ever is going to be a meme coin renaissance, this is probably going to be one of the leaders.
Yeah, 100%. It'll probably do like a, well, I don't know for sure, right? But it feels like it'll do a Doge or something.
Yeah, that would be insane. But
Because
yeah, I think
imagine the headlines, the TradFi guys already are like, saying, what is this ridiculous coin? I think it's the only one that has a potential at the moment. So
yeah, and stocks are going to zero, but Farcoin's going to infinity.
exactly, imagine that. I just think it has to happen. So
um, let me see what else I had here. Oh, did you see this troll meme coin thing?
yeah, I missed that one, but I'm okay with it. Like I didn't really get why it was doing well, and I didn't realize the guy is Shadow, right? He's the main KOL. I didn't realize he was so big. I guess I was
Sh-
wrong.
I don't even know who Shadow is.
Yeah, I think he's one of like a kook kind of emerging kind of kook kind of KOL guy,
Okay.
and he's been backing it. And then there was like a PvP Shadow, right? And that's when I kind of just lose attention. If there's like PvP and the
Yeah,
PvP one is doing well, I just kind of just stay away. I'm happy to avoid it because imagine buying the wrong one and getting wrecked.
yeah.
So
Actually, someone shilled this in my Telegram group in the public one. So if you want to join that, someone shilled this before it went 300x.
wow.
Um, yeah, someone I think put it in at like a few hundred K market cap. Um, but yeah, I only saw it much later, so I didn't buy it. But yeah, I think this is a kind of a shitty meme, to be honest. It's been tried. Like this was on ETH. I remember this was on ETH, and it got to like 100 million. So I think this is like kind of like a KOL insider cabal coin that they're all kind of simultaneously pushing. Now, I will add, in fairness, it doesn't look like they're trying to max extract on it. Like they've kind of, not they're trying to actually pump it, but they are kind of mostly trying to make money, but they're not trying to like do a Argentina coin on it. And I think FOMO Mofo is one of the big shills of it as
Yes,
well.
true.
Yeah, and I think in the bear markets or in like when times are tough, you gotta kind of people will change their morals, so you have to be a bit more careful about following people in these kind of times because people have lost a lot of money. Even people you think are super rich, they're used to making 100 grand in a month, and now they suddenly haven't made any money, and they're like, okay, I'm just gonna, change what I think is okay to do. So I kind of be wary of stuff like this.
Yeah, yeah, no, I totally agree. I just avoid FOMO mofo people like that, to be honest. But
Yeah,
like you said, in a bull market, you can probably do okay following them, but you do have to be careful.
yeah. I know. To be fair, like Housecoin maybe is probably something similar. Although I do think Housecoin is kind of a funny meme. I think this is like kind of like if it was a good meme, I wouldn't really mind, but it's just kind of not really that amazing. It's not super original, or it's like a
Yeah,
it's like a meme from the 90s. It's a bit outdated
it's
at this
boring.
point.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
least like, and also like it's not really a derivative, but it kind of is. Like Housecoin is kind of like if Farcoin continues performing, people would say maybe people who don't want to buy Farcoin at 2 mil would buy Housecoin at 50 mil, right? Or
Yeah.
100 mil. So that's it also has that going for it as well. I think it's probably the main derivative of Farcoin.
It's not really a derivative though. It is kind of it's kind of creating its own idea of a meme. Like I don't think anyone has,
True.
well, I'm sure people have, but like it hasn't really caught on before, like a meme coin of an entire asset class.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
can
it's
see the boomers liking it. Yeah,
yeah. Well, yeah, I think it's a bit early for that, but yeah, further down the road maybe.
for sure.
Maybe we'll move. Was there any other like degenerate things you were looking at
Um.
before we move
n-
on?
Oh, I was trading Cerebro for a bit. I
Oh,
know you
that had
said.
a massive punt, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I longed it was because some guy I follow, YH, some YHOX, I think, he was saying there was massive shorts, so massive open interest on Cerebro yesterday. So he said we could try and liquidate all the shorts by pumping it.
Oh
So
my
that's
god.
why I was like, "Oh, why not? Let me just buy a bit." But to be honest, I closed my position pretty quick because I wanted to go to sleep. But yeah, I should have left it open because it just pumped today. And the other reason it's pumping is the founder. So it was weird. The founder full stack Hitlered his position, and then he bought back, and then he
Really?
tweeted, yeah, I think he was working on another project called Blormy, and he quit, and there was some issue, and then but then he bought back Cerebro, said he's working just on Cerebro now, and he said, did you see there's he's trying to create some sort of rumor that Cerebro is working with Kanye West,
Yeah, I saw
so
something about
that's
that.
why it's pumping as well. I guess the people are speculating. I don't think I believe it,
Yeah.
but you can buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. So
Yeah, this is a it looks like a massive short squeeze, but it's
yeah.
still down so much. Like you look at the where it came from, insane. Like
It is crazy, but I
it's
have a
crazy.
feeling it's going to go higher because I think
Yeah,
he's going to keep creating speculation, and yeah, I just think they're going to keep trying to liquidate all these shorts on the coin.
is is it still? Does it still have negative funding on Hyperliquid? Do you know?
Oh,
I
that's
can't
the other thing. I couldn't. It was annoying because I couldn't open it yesterday at 70 mil. Hyperliquid said we have too much open interest on it.
really. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
and then I was able to do it like 76 or something, but
Jesus.
yeah, there was some issue yesterday with Hyperliquid on it as well.
Well, I think that's like the new safety mechanism that they put on it, that you can't like put as much open interest on as a percentage of the market cap, because you know what happened with the jelly thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's kind of why there's a cap on the open interest now.
I think they were probably trying to do that to Hyperliquid too for something because there's loads of reasons why I think it's been pumping. They might try and do it again. Well, I guess Hyperliquid has a secure safeguard now, but
Yeah, I think Hyperliquid
yeah,
are on top of it now, hopefully.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, Zariba's one to watch, I think. Like, I don't know if I'll go back into it again, but I find it kind of entertaining. So if I do see people posting about how there's massive shorts on it again, I will be tempted to just spot buy it and help or long it and help liquidate the shorts. So,
Yeah, a bit of a GME style thing going on.
yeah.
That would be fun, to be fair. Um, yeah. Was there any other degen stuff in the degen corner?
Dijon Corner. To be honest, I haven't been in the trenches that much today.
Yeah.
because I was at work and stuff. But um, yeah, I'm just scrolling through now. My you can tell stuff's going on because my wallet trackers are all going off. Yeah, not much really. They're buying Trencher coin, which sounds a bit lame. Arc. Some people are buying Arc again. I guess they're buying all the old AI coins again.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think you
what?
should be careful with those, like you said.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What do you think of the trenches? Like, do you think they're cooked, or how are they looking in your opinion?
they're looking pretty good. Like there was a coin that went to 30 mil last night that I didn't even know about. It was like some sausage thing that went viral on TikTok.
I saw that coin. I
Yeah,
thought it was a
yeah.
scam. I'll show you. What was it? What was something sausage? I forget now. Uh, yeah, because I saw this one. I thought it was a.
Nobody.
I thought it
That's
was a scam. Here it is. So I
oh
saw
wow.
this last night, and this is some music artist or something, and they had been hacked before and shared a contract address. The hackers did, so I just assumed that this was another hack, so I didn't buy it. Let me see how it's doing now, though. Looks like they're
It's probably down now just because Uniswap Villain, I don't know if you follow them, they were flooding
yeah,
a music artist. They were saying some music artist scammer. So just based on what you're saying, I'm guessing they're talking about that.
yeah. Well, let's see how it's doing. 16 mil. Up, doing pretty well. Is this the correct one? What was this today? They relaunched it, maybe 24th of April, right? Maybe is this the right one? Oh, sorry, I'm sharing the wrong tab. Um, yeah, so got up to 30 mil. So yeah, this must be the right one. Still getting a lot of volume, 19 mil of volume. But yeah, I don't know much about it, but it's good to see there's a little bit of activity, and things haven't gone completely to zero.
Nice.
Yeah.
But
Um,
yeah, I'm sure there'll be some more stuff on the weekend. But yeah, nothing else comes to mind right now.
sure. Yeah, just in terms of like more like longer term, like what kind of investments you want to hold over a longer term time period. Like I was saying at the start of this podcast, I'm interested. Like I think VC coins that don't have any real fundamentals, or you know, well, that's kind of been the whole bull cycle. People were sick of, fed up with VC coins that didn't have good fundamentals. So I'm kind of only looking, if I was to be investing in alts, you have to be careful. But if I wasn't to invest in any, it would be ones that do have revenue. So like layer ones, they have revenue and they're also kind of money. So they have that money aspect to them. And other coins that have good revenue for me would be like Hyperliquid, Grass, and yeah, other ones like that. So if we can show you the coins or the protocols by revenue, so we can see what are the not by TBL, by fees. Obviously, Tether and Circle stable coins are going insane, but we can't really invest in them. Pump is still top revenue. Meteor is still top in fees/revenue. So that's pretty impressive. I think revenue is better metric. Um, Hyperliquid, look at that, like number 7. So it has more revenue than where's Solana? Has Yeah, because what's the difference between fees and revenue? Do you know?
I
What
actually
is
don't know. Yeah.
where are the chains here? Hmm. Let me see if there's a better 1 second. I think there's a better way to look at this here. This one. So by fees, we can see again, the chains aren't making the most fees or the most revenue. It's Pump Fun. Tron is making the most revenue. That's pretty crazy. Where is Solana? Solana 23 in revenue, and last that must be wrong. 143,000. That seems low. I thought I usually made a few million. It's simple. Oh yeah, there 1 million in the last 1.5 million. Number 13, Hyperliquid, close behind. Axiom, which you were telling me about. This is probably another good one to farm, in your opinion. Axiom.
Yeah, I've been trying to use it a little bit.
Oh, it's
I'm
my.
not great
Am I?
using bots, but yeah.
Sorry, I'm sharing the wrong tab. Whoops, sorry
Oh,
about that, guys.
no worries.
Okay, I'll just show you this again. This is the top protocols by fees. Obviously, stablecoins at the top, Pump at the top, Meteora, and then 13 we have Solana and Hyperliquid close second, or well, close behind, and then yeah, their Axiom. Maybe do you want to just explain what Axiom is?
Yeah, so Axiom is another trading bot like Photon or Bullex. But the reason why I recommend farming this one instead of those two is because it's backed by Y Combinator, and I've never seen them back like a crypto product before. And also, it's backed by Paradigm, who did big airdrops with Blast and Blur and many other protocols. So your chances of actually getting an airdrop is much higher with this, with Docs founders and stuff. And also, they keep adding features. They're adding more features than the other ones, as far as I can tell, and it's just nice to use. So yeah, I recommend using it.
Yeah, I need to try it out. But yeah, that sounds really interesting. Something to farm. So yeah, I'll set that up tomorrow. And then we can see Ethereum and Bitcoin about 1 million in fees in the last 24 hours. Maybe it's better to look by 7 day to get a more average picture.
Ethereum's going to zero, as Ansem says. Even I'm starting to believe it now, to be honest.
Yeah, I have thought that for a while. Now I don't think it's gonna go to zero. Well yeah. Like I don't know. I wouldn't well actually I am shorting it a bit, but I don't know how much lower it can go, but I think people have been saying that for a long time and it continues to go lower. But yeah, it's still like it still has quite a high market cap, like hundreds of billions, and it's making less revenue than fucking like this trading bot, like a Telegram bot, making less revenue than a Telegram bot. You know what I mean?
It is bad, right?
Yeah, and like the top, like Jupiter makes 10 times as much revenue than Ethereum. But I suppose like you kind of want the apps to be making the revenue more than the chains, so it's not too bad. So Ethereum is making 3.5 million, and Solana's making more than double in revenue, but is like 1/3 the market cap or even less, I think.
Yeah, it just the market just doesn't want, like, it's just annoying to use as well. Like having to approve and then swap, pay gas fees, slow, use MetaMask. I don't know. There's so many issues with it.
Yeah,
So
it's awful. And like from a long-term perspective, like I was saying, you want to be looking at things that are making revenue. Hyperliquid's making more revenue than Solana right now, and is what, like 1/5 the market cap.
yeah, it does seem underpriced. Like I don't really hold that much because I had Hype, but then I just started using it to perp trade. So I guess I'm farming the second airdrop and also just learning perps, as I feel like, yeah, sure, memes are doing well, but you also, it feels like this cycle perps is more of a big thing as well. So you kind of have to do both.
Yeah, and I think like I wouldn't be. Uh, I don't think you need to FOMO into Hyperliquid. I think we probably will get a bit of resistance here, like somewhere in this region, and you might get another entry in the teens. But I think that would be a really nice entry for the long term. I think Hyperliquid is going to do very well in the next bull cycle. It's going to, like, Binance is worth hundreds of billions as a company. Same with Coinbase, and this is what it's going after. What Hyperliquid's going after. So it's kind of, and on a fundamentals basis, it's an easy one to hold. Like if it keeps putting out the kind of revenues it's been putting out, then it's an easy hold. And then to add to that, their L1 chain is really good. So if you want to try out the Hyper EVM, there's some decent apps on it, and you'll be farming the airdrop as well.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Hyperliquid is a good one, for sure.
Yeah, and it's just kind of, you kind of have to think what's going to have adoption in a couple of years time. Like, will the Hyper EVM get adoption? Like, I think there's a million high throughput chains now. Like, you have so many high throughput chains, and a lot of them are EVM compatible. So what makes Hype stand out from Say or Mega ETH or any of these kind of other EVM compatible chains or Monad? I would say like one of the biggest differentiators is the community of Hyperliquid. Like, people know the brand, people like it. So they might potentially be more interested in using Hyperliquid chain rather than like Monad or something, unless they're trying to farm some sort of airdrop. So that's kind of how I would think of what are people going to use in the future. And then the other coin that I do think people will use in the future that's doing well is Sui. Has been actually pumping quite a lot.
Yeah, have been wanting entry in that for ages. I never bought the dips, but yeah, Sui is so strong. Like it's just the big performer, isn't it, from all the alts?
Yeah, it's like, I guess it's kind of Solana beta or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's just, yeah,
And it seems to
3.5.
actually have a good community as well. It does remind me of early Solana.
Yeah, is there a community? I haven't really dug into that much.
Yeah, yeah, they have like a decent community. Human the NFTs are do okay there. They do farming, airdrop farming, like DeFi protocols and stuff, and they hold spaces I've seen. So yeah, there is a good Sui community.
Yeah, now, like I think there's a, like people might compare Ethereum and Solana to Solana and Sui, being like, oh, Solana overtook Ethereum, Sui's gonna overtake Solana. I would I wouldn't say that, in just given the fact that, like, I think Solana was a 10x improvement over Ethereum, potentially even like a 100x improvement over Ethereum. I don't think Sui is necessarily a huge improvement over Solana on a technology front. It might be slightly better tech in some regards, but I don't know if that's enough to make everyone bridge from Solana to Sui. But like, the difference between Solana and Ethereum was definitely enough to get people to bridge, and it still took like 6 months to a year for people to start using Solana, even though it was so much better than Ethereum. It took a long time. So it's not easy to get people to bridge on a chain that they're very used to, unless it's so much better or unless people are making so much money on a new chain. But yeah, I still am quite bullish on Sui, but I kind of might be a bit cautious of buying this pump anyway.
Yeah, same here, same here. I'll wait for a pullback if we get one.
Um, yeah, was there anything else you wanted to touch on? Was there some NFTs you were looking at or something?
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. So I've not been big into NFTs this cycle.
I think
Like
it was a smart decision.
like mainly, yeah, meme coins and things like that, or airdrop farming is more interesting or more lucrative, I think, this cycle probably. But there was there has been some NFTs doing well. So there was, I think we talked about like Chain ones last week. So Steady Teddies did a 10x from Mint. Mibara was another one. I think it did like a 3 to 4x from Mint. Um, but then today we had a good one. I wasn't even expecting this one to do well, but that's probably because I didn't even research it properly. But what was the name again? It has like a really weird name. Morosi. It's the one that's trending on OpenSea right now. I'm just looking for the name because Mori Usa, I
Oh, I
think.
see it. Yeah.
So apparently this is by a really big Japanese like IP brand. Um,
Cool.
so that's why it's doing really well. And I didn't really think IP things would last, but it seems like people still love this sort of stuff. So this minted for 0.05 ETH, and yeah, it's done really well. Last I checked, it was at zero point 0.3. Yeah, it's at zero point 0.3 ETH. So yeah, for like a collection that I've not really seen anyone really talk about, it's had very good volume and it's done like a what is that, like a 5 to 6x?
Yeah, and I think it's smart because it has the low item count. I think when you're in a bull
Yes.
market, you want to drop 10K, but when you're in a bear market and everyone's gone, you definitely don't want to drop a 10K collection.
Yeah, I agree. And like obviously I think it's being market made, to be honest, but like it's kind of like Good Vibes Club, it's being market made, and I'm seeing a lot of shells in the timeline, but yeah, I have no idea what this is, but I actually did mint one. I actually did mint one,
Oh,
and I was
nice.
so so I just saw like someone I know was like, make sure you try and get a whitelist for this, and all you had to do was like create some content. So I just giblified one of these things and posted it and got a whitelist basically. And
Nice.
then I was like to my friend, this better be free. And he was like, no, it's 0.05 ETH. I was like, that's a scam. I'm not minting this. and then
Fair.
and then today I saw the floor and I was like, oh my God, it was at 0.15 or something. I was like, yeah, okay. How do I mint this? Like, and he sent me the OpenSea link and yeah, I
Oh,
minted it just
nice.
in time. So nice to see NFTs doing well,
Yeah.
or at least some NFTs doing well.
Yeah. What are your opinions on NFTs now?
I don't know, like I'm not that bullish, like to be honest, but if there's
What?
something with some hype, maybe you can like this one, maybe you can do a 3 to 4x. The the issue is you can spend a lot of time like trying to get these whitelists. Like this one wasn't that bad, but a lot of them can be quite time consuming. Is it worth the time? I'd probably say no. But if it's not too hard to get the whitelist and it has some hype, then sure. Or you can try doing secondary volume. But the thing is, the liquidity and the volume is just quite low. So like last cycle, you could be sweeping these, right? And
Mm,
then you'd have so much volume, you can probably sell at 1 ETH or something. But you don't have that this cycle. They're quite liquid. So that's the only risk with all these things.
yeah. Like it seems like a lot of these NFTs, like they haven't moved in price in 2 years. Like I think
Yeah.
Mutant Apes has been 2 ETH for. I think it's come up a little bit. I think it was like 1.5 ETH like a year ago. Little Pudgies, like yeah, obviously they had a pump at one point. Crypto punks are doing quite well. I think they're like 50 ETH or something. So I think
Wow.
yeah, I think NFTs kind of have found a floor. Uh, well, the ETH ones from the last cycle
The
just kind of
USD price has probably not gone up though because of
oh,
ETH's
of course, yeah,
performance.
that's true. That's
That's the
very true.
thing. But I do find like with the good ones like Lil Pudgies and stuff, they reprice. So when ETH goes down, they seem to go higher to
Yeah.
reprice to USD.
Okay.
So at least there's that. I still am looking at the Lil Pudgies, but I haven't pulled the trigger.
Yeah. It kind of depends. Like, are you bullish on the abstract chain? Like, do you think that airdrop's going to be really good? Do you think that's going to be worth a lot? And I think if you do, then it's probably worth the buy. And if you're not sure, then maybe not.
I think it will be good just because they got Pengu to like 4 bill or something crazy.
Yeah,
And that's
true.
like a random, not a random, but that's just like a meme coin. So I'm expecting abstract to be pretty good, to be honest. I don't know how much allocation, because there's always insiders, right? So I guess if the allocations were going to be high, maybe the floors would be higher. That's my only worry about these things. But yeah, but I think about getting a little Pengu at some point.
Yeah, and I think they probably will be quite generous to the Pudgy holders, or to the Penguin holders. Like, I think Lucanets really cares about all the holders. He knows that's the most important thing. So I think he will be quite generous in giving like a decent allocation. I don't think he's going to try and keep a huge amount for the team or anything.
Yeah, I agree. He's like one of the only rare founders who actually cares. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
And what about ordinals? Do you think they've bottomed out yet?
You know what? I was hoping so, but then I look at the Taproot Wizard price, which is so sad. It won't even get back to
What is it?
mint price yet.
Oh, there it is.
So,
It's not terrible.
ye- yeah, it's not terrible. It's not terrible, but you could have been putting that into like Fartcoin and 2x
Yeah.
it. But obviously that's highly risky compared to, I guess, you could be buying like some ordinals here and you wouldn't be, like a meme coin could go down to zero, but these things unlikely to go much lower. Like they probably bottomed out.
Yeah. Like I have a couple of these. Let me see the chart.
The puppets, I think, will have a big comeback. If ordinals come back, the puppets could be the top collection.
I hope so. But it does kind of look like it's flattening out for the most part here. So, maybe it's in an accumulation zone. Like I thought that here and it did come back a bit, but then yeah, it just kind of so maybe this is another accumulation zone.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen, but there's a new thing popping off on Bitcoin. Arthur Hayes. His I don't know if you've seen, but he's got like a platform for like programmable runes.
No, I didn't see
Um,
that.
okay, so I haven't had a chance to look into this today, but people are mining these coins. What is it called again? It's called, someone did a thread on it and I can't find it right now. Um, but yeah, there's
Is it this drip? No.
it might be.
Ether
There's a
Fi.
guy, there's a guy who DM'd me about it. I'm just trying to see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. So yeah, okay, so Alkanes, Alkanes. Um, so
This one. Like this?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If you search it on X, it'll pop up, and
Oh yeah.
a lot of people are minting these batches, and I feel like I should be looking here, but I'm just too tired today. It's like $7 to mint a batch, and you never know what will pop off. And I think,
So it's like a new type of runes, is it?
yeah, it's programmable. So I think it has smart contracts or something in there.
Oh mad. It's
Um,
crazy.
yeah, so you can do AMMs, lending, CDPs, and I think the top coin is methane, but it because I guess Fartcoin's doing well, maybe that's why they
What
have
what do you
methane.
what do you think about people building on Bitcoin? Do you think that's like actually going to be used in the future, or like it's just such a clunky chain? But I guess you can do everything on a layer two, and I guess the bullish case is that like people like trust Bitcoin, and Bitcoin will be here for 100 years, so we can build applications on it, and people want to take loans out against their Bitcoin without having to wrap it and put it onto ETH or something. But like, there's a lot of problems with Bitcoin from a small. Well, maybe if you can put it on a layer two. What do you think? Would you be bullish on that, like long term? Do you think it would replace like Solana or Sui in the very long term?
I think it will take a while, but I think it could get there. But just a lot of building needs to happen, and I think i- these kind of things, like even this alkane thing, is like a layer. I'm guessing it's a layer two solution,
Yeah.
so it's not ideal. And oh, by the way, apparently Udi has invested in this.
Right.
I think he invested in the other one that was popping off a bit, Odin.fun as well.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I think it will get there, but I think it will take some time. Probably not this cycle, but I
Yeah.
will definitely be keeping an eye on these things because it's a new narrative, and like ordinals, right? So new narratives can pop off like crazy at some point if they decide it's Bitcoin DeFi season or something. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, it is very clunky right now. So I
yeah,
just think you can't top Solana. It's just too fun and like fast and everything to just transact over there.
yeah. And just while we're talking about Bitcoin, like, have you seen this? Like, there's new companies coming out trying to copy MicroStrategy. I think it's 21 shares. Have you seen this?
Yeah, they raise a lot of like billions, right? This new
Yeah, and
competitor.
it's led by Cantor Fitzgerald. Isn't that like Scott Besson's company or something, or one of those guys on the Trump team? I think who else is backing it? SoftBank is backing it, and they want to buy like billions. They have like three billion or something that they're ready to buy. They have five. Oh, here we go. 600 million ready to go. Like, this is a lot of money that's ready to be aped into Bitcoin. So I think there's, and then if you look at the ETF flows, there's a lot of positive inflows into Bitcoin. And, there's kind of rumors that there's countries accumulating. So, a lot of people are saying, oh, Bitcoin is going to go back to 50K or something. I'm quite bullish on Bitcoin, not in the very, very short term, but in the medium term. I don't like this one here. In the medium term, I think it's kind of in a decent spot. Like, I don't know what happens over the next few months, but I think for the rest of the year, I don't think we're going back down to here. I think we're going somewhere up here. Uh, and I think stocks can go down and Bitcoin can go up, just like with what's happening with gold. Like, obviously, gold is just gone crazy, and I think Bitcoin is going to follow suit. I think it has the perfect narrative, being a neutral international asset and not tied to the US.
I agree. And that ARC 21 shares is Kathy Woods' fund, right?
I'm
So
not sure
she,
actually.
yeah, I think it is. And I think in 2021, she bought Bitcoin with that fund at 16K and then it sent. So I wonder if she's bottom ticked it again in a way and it's going to like absolutely send now.
Okay. Well, maybe it's a different company that I was thinking of that has the billions, that's led by Cantor Fitzgerald. Uh,
Yeah, I definitely
maybe
saw
it's a
that
different
news as
one.
well. I don't know who
I
maybe it
don't
was
know the
her,
name
but
of
I don't
it,
know.
but
Yeah.
I think do you know that guy Jack Mallers is going to be the CEO?
Right, right.
Yeah, he's a big Bitcoiner. He's a bit insane, but sure, we'll see.
It's usually the insane ones like Michael Saylor who
Yeah, man,
who do this.
everyone's going crazy at Michael Saylor. I think, like, this FUD about, oh, he's gonna go below his break even. Doesn't fucking matter at all. Like, if it goes below his break even, it literally doesn't matter. I think the FUD is just so overblown. Yeah, he has a tiny bit of leverage, but like it's not like a leverage trade on a perp platform. It's not like if he goes underwater, he has to get liquidated. It's like he has to pay back a loan in 5 years' time, and he just has to make some interest payments in the meantime.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And you're right, by the way. I just checked. It is 21. 21 is the competitor. So I think Kathy Woods' fund is just called ARC. So I guess she bought with her fund as well this week.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So
Yeah, Bitcoin is still in a nice spot. Uh, but like, what do you think happens if Bitcoin makes new highs? Do you think alts, like, we will get an alt season, or it's just going to be a Bitcoin season? Kind of depends if we get like a recession or something.
yeah, I think if we don't, then yeah, we will get an all season. It won't be like everything though. I think the market's smarter. So and also you have more meme coins this time. So I think you'll have like the top alts like Sui and the ones you're mentioning like Hyperliquid and all those ones doing well, but I don't see all these random alts pumping, but I could be wrong because I guess when meme coins went crazy, all the small meme coins pumped, so we could see it, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of I'd rather just buy the good ones and be happy with my 3 to 5 X's than I don't know, risk it on the low cap. alts.
Yeah, I think alts are generally very risky. I think meme coins, I guess they probably for the most part have played out the meme coin super cycles kind of played out, but I think they're still less risky than a lot of alts. Like unless you're being very selective on the altcoins you're buying, and then also quite selective on the meme coins you're buying, then you should be in a good spot. But yeah, otherwise just buying it random alts is just very risky because they're so a lot of them have such high valuations in this cycle that they just take so much money to pump them.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. They just have so many unlocks and things. I just
Yeah,
kind of wary. Like I do like, even though I'm quite hesitant, I am looking at some else. Like I'm looking at Hyperliquid, like you said, and Sui. The only other one I'd add is Kaito, because I do think their product is good and it retains mindshare. The only thing is I don't know how useful their token is, but
yeah,
the founders
a
is
bit of a
really
bounce.
trying hard. Yeah. And I like the founder because he's adding products all the time and trying hard. I wasn't a fan initially of Kaito,
Yeah,
but I am coming to like it. So
and do you actually use Kaido?
I mean, I farm it. Like I try to get yaps on it. I don't get that many. I probably get like one a day, but it's fine.
Is there going to be
But
another airdrop?
yeah, there's definitely a season two.
Okay, interesting.
But it's pretty hard to get yaps now. I mean, it's
Right.
still worth trying, but I feel like they give it to all the top people.
Yeah, it's annoying when they do that.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
exactly.
kind of hard to get. Yeah. Any
But then
tips for
you
getting the apps?
not really. I guess just looking on the website at the pre-TGE
Oh yeah,
leaderboard and
yeah.
seeing what was going for TGE, because those projects get rewarded quite a lot.
Okay.
And yeah, yeah, talking about those protocols and also checking the reward station, because like they had like the prompt airdrop recently where if you tweeted about prompt, you could have got like allocation of that. So and
How's prompt
today,
doing actually?
I'm not sure actually,
I haven't looked at that since it dropped.
but today
Okay.
Kaito had Initia. I think Initia did an airdrop, and if you yapped about Initia, you may have qualified. I need to check I don't think I ever spoke about it, but yeah, there's opportunities like that on Kaito, which I don't think you get anywhere else really.
Okay,
So
interesting. Here's prompt had a massive dump and recovering a bit now.
it reminds me of a VC token. I think anything that's had VC raises, I'm very hesitant.
Yeah.
Like prompt, and I don't know, like I don't really think the product is that interesting, but that's just me.
Yeah. Okay. And if you wouldn't mind, like, what's your portfolio looking like now? Like, where are you allocated? Are you mostly in cash or mostly in Bitcoin or alts or memes?
So I'm mostly in, yeah, Bitcoin's my main holding. I actually have some ETH, funny enough, Solana, um, and then I have Farcoin because it's the only meme I kind of top high market cap meme I kind of like, and then just in the trenches a bit. So, but nothing.
Seems solid.
Yeah, I actually have some quite a bit of stables, and I'm just like wondering what to do with it. So
Like, what kind of percentage are you stables?
probably 50% or
Really, really.
60%. Yeah, yeah.
They're mostly stables.
Yeah, I feel like I should have allocated more and I've just been hesitant. I don't know why.
I don't.
But
Well, yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of it's really hard to know what's going to happen in the medium. Or yeah, it's really hard to know what's going to happen. We're at one of the most confusing points I've ever seen in crypto, so it makes sense to be. I think a lot of people are sitting in cash though, so I do think once we do break that kind of 95K zone, we could just rip as everyone's like, okay, bull market's back on. I think a lot of people are like 100% sidelined and like are just ready to buy once they get the green light.
Yeah, the issue is the best time to buy is when it's uncertain, right? Because then when it's
Yeah,
consensus, it's risky. So as in not risky, but less
yeah,
way less upside. Like so that's
yeah.
the only issue. Like I wish I just deployed more into Farcoin because I did have a good thesis on it. I know it sounds weird to say that, but like really did have that thesis on it.
Yeah,
that it's the one, and like it has so much mind share. But
yeah,
I still don't think it's too late, so I may consider buying some more, but I'm just gonna
it is
hopefully
kind of
see
hard.
wait for a pullback.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to buy a meme coin right now that's $1 billion.
Exactly, exactly. So what's my upside on this thing? So
Yeah, it's like, where do you think it could get to? Like $10 would be pretty insane.
yeah, it definitely is possible in a bull market.
Yeah,
I
but
just
like,
feel like, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no, go on.
No, I just feel like it's the one that like, these kind of funds and VCs like who are not really into meme coins, they generally just bet on the top one. So like last year they were betting on Pepe and Whiff.
Yeah,
And I feel like
that's
Whiff lost. I do think Whiff is a dark horse, so I would keep watching it, but I feel like Fartcoin has taken over that spot. And I
yeah,
do generally think, apart from Fartcoin, animal memes are probably undervalued right here. So
mm.
I was like looking at PopCat
Yeah.
because
That had a nice bounce in it.
China loves PopCat. So that's why I just feel like it has good holder base and things like that. So
Yeah, pop
PopCat
out
is one to
looks good
watch. Yeah. It could
because
go to
it's
a billion
making,
again.
yeah, it's making higher. Well, I made a higher high and a higher low. So yeah, it does look like potentially a reversal here of things.
Yeah, and then if you want to be even more risky, you do the leverage bet on PopCat, which is Frog. I know Frog has really lost his relevance and holder base, but I don't know. I've just got a feeling that could come back as well. As in,
Yeah.
Pepe does a run against 6 bill, which it could, because why would you buy ETH when you can buy something like Pepe, right?
Mm.
So then Frog will run. And I think Frog will run if Pepe or Popcat run. So it's kind of like interesting. And that's what I'm looking to buy as well.
Yeah, I think that seems like an important level. I think it looks like it's at a pretty important level here. If it can break above this, probably looks pretty good. Like, oh,
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know about you, but I don't want to be in too many memes as well. So that's why I'm just not doing too
yeah,
much.
unfortunately didn't get out of a lot of my memes. I'm still back holding a lot of these.
Which ones are you in at the moment?
I'm still back holding. Well, Giga's still doing okay. I still have it.
Giga looks strong. It's like always in the top 10 or memes.
Yeah, that's like my biggest bag is still Whiff in terms of memes, and then Giga I think is number two because I'm not very good at selling things, so I just kind of is this right? This is the wrong thing. I'm not very good at selling things. I just kind of diamond hand everything, which works in a bull market, and then you obviously get wrecked
Yeah,
when things
but
go down.
Whiff is one that could come back. I just feel like
We need salt pump for that.
yeah. And then they probably should just say, oh, we're actually going to try to do the spear again, or they need something. Maybe it doesn't have to be the spear, but they need like some sort of catalyst to make it stand out.
Yeah, I was really disappointed that this fear thing got cancelled. I thought that would have been funny.
Yeah, I
And it
agree.
would have been great for all meme coins.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
100%. And Pepe, I haven't got any, but Pepe is always a good bet. There's
yeah, I
nothing
don't have any.
else on ETH. It's like Pepe is the far coin of ETH in terms of like the one that all the like everyone knows and everyone would kind of likes, right? So
Yeah. Well, just looking at the Giga chart here, it does look like potentially there's been a lot of activity in this range before, so could potentially be a decent place for it to bottom around these levels and make an attempt at a reversing, like higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. But yeah, we'll see. Pepe. The other coins on ETH, is this the correct one? No. Where is it? This. There we go. Let me have a look at this. Yeah, I haven't bought Pepe since I bought it. Like I think I bought it like 30 mil market cap and sold it for a 2x back in the last bear market. That was very expensive mistake.
Damn.
The other one's Turbo. I think that was doing
Turbo
well.
did a 2x or something. I saw someone tweet about it. I was like, Turbo, for some reason, it just does really well. I don't even understand why. Because I feel bad because I bought that so early when it came out, and it
Yeah,
obviously didn't hold it because I didn't never expected it to do this well.
yeah, the first ever AI meme coin.
I guess that's why it does well because first ever. Yeah,
And then the other, this is the other one. This isn't doing great though. Oh, this doesn't have the full chart. I still hold ticker Bitcoin. I just always thought that was a real funny meme, but hasn't really been performing well. Mog has just gone to zero.
Mog is one you could buy. I think it has a good community, K money, and everyone shows it.
Yeah.
Um,
The only problem with Mog though, I feel like that term isn't really used anymore. It was kind of a trend a year or two ago.
agree.
So, like, I think with memes, you have to make sure they're still going to be relevant. Like, obviously, farts are always going to be relevant. The Giga Chad meme is used. Pepe coin, the Pepe meme is always still used. So,
Yeah, that's the only
something,
issue with Mog.
yeah,
The
just
only
something
thing,
to think of.
yeah, they have good whales though, like
Yeah, for sure.
K money, Nifty Wob, like Bandit, like so. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I just find ETH annoying to use. I probably wouldn't be buying any of ETH memes, um, but yeah, I think Mog is a good one. Oh, and the other one is Pengu. Like,
Oh
I
yeah,
think Pengu is
looks
one to
bottomed.
watch. Yeah,
Yeah,
because everyone loves these penguins. Like everyone uses the gifts, and yeah, I just think the holder base is really good. I don't
yeah.
hold it anymore, but I sold my airdrop. But
Oh well, good on you. Fucking hell, that's down a lot since the airdrop. I'm still back holding it. Um,
I do think they'll run it back up though. I just didn't have the patience to hold
yeah,
it.
yeah, no, yeah. I think abstract hopefully should be a nice airdrop, and like I think we said this before. Like definitely going to be an insta G's when you get the
Oh
airdrop.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I do like abstract, but yeah, I just don't like holding governance tokens. There's no point. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It is a good chain though. I like using it. Have you used it
Yeah,
much?
it's really nice.
Yeah, you have. Yeah,
But yeah, I haven't used it that much. But yeah, it is a good the fact that I feel like it has attention like with the big game and the on-chain heroes and streaming and it has things going for it that other chains don't not many chains have. Like for example, Chain, I just don't see a future in it anymore. Whereas Abstract, I think, is gonna do well.
all right, man. Well, we've been online for an hour here. Will we wrap it up? Hello?
Oh, sorry, I think it just cut out. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Nice.
I was just saying, we've been on for an hour. If you want to wrap it up, was there any last couple of things you wanted to say?
Um, no, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, no, it's been a good chat as always, and yeah, let's hope the market continues to. Let's hope BTC breaks 100K next week.
Yeah, that would be fucking epic. All right, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate the chat. It was a good one this week. I'll see you again next week. I think Comfy is cut out now. Well, thanks a million, lads. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and yeah, we'll do this again next week. Yeah, see you at 100K Bitcoin. Bye.